Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Yeah, I think I said that wrong, but I think I said it right. Oh my God, that rhymed. I should become the next Canadian really white rapper. Maybe, maybe wrapping gifts at Christmas time. I don't know, something like that. That's what I was thinking, and I don't know what you guys were thinking I was talking about, but that's what I was thinking. Hello, and thanks for listening. My name is Form. This is Formcast episode, I think 125. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember. Went camping this past weekend, so I kind of lost a few brain cells because it was like 3 degrees overnight Celsius. For those who don't know what Celsius is or are, it's a measure of temperature, and that's cold when you're sleeping in a tent. But my dog kept me warm, and that was that. And it was a good time. Had a fire, cooked over the fire, went for a little bit of hiking, some walking. Better temperature this week, unfortunately. So I picked the wrong time, but it was still good. Not a lot of bugs when it's cold and windy, so that's a plus. With that being said, today's episode kind of wanted to touch on something that I've always thought that's really weird. And it's just like, I don't understand how people don't see it, but maybe they do see it but don't care. I'm talking about the streamer up and down of complaining about stream and then a few days later just just reaping the rewards of their complaints and talking about how they love streaming and how successful they've been recently. A lot of times I see this happening where people are complaining about viewership and maybe even complaining about sub count. One of those people complain. It's the number that you usually see most. Viewer count is always on the stream and that kind of stuff. You could hide it, but you always looking. If you don't look at your stats, you lying. Sub count, you could hide that. You don't even have to, look at it, but you always see it. It's in your dashboard. It's in your revenue. It's in your numbers. All that kind of stuff. With that being said, lots of times, man, I just see people, these streamers that publicly, vocally, I mean, you could be upset with your view count. You could be upset with your sub count, and you could be this and you could be that, and you want better for yourself and your community and your stream and all these things. But I just see these people like publicly on social media complaining, saying, my sub count is low as ever it's ever been. I've never seen numbers this low, but we're trying, and maybe I'm not cut out for this. And then a couple days later, they have a really good stream, and they're like, "Oh my God, thank you so much for the support. You guys are so awesome. I love you guys, and streaming is so fun. It's so great." And before you know it, where was the post from a couple days ago where you hated your life because your sub count was so low? So I mean, I guess the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and that I don't know why that irks me so much. I guess it's because it just doesn't show gratitude or feeling blessed. It's just I'm gonna complain, hope people feel bad, and then drop some subs on me. It's just weird way of doing things because I don't think it creates a very consistent and very long term plan to what I think a lot of streamers want to do. Just live off their stream and be full time and be able to sustain an income from it that allows them to live the life however they want to live it. With that being said, the other thing I see is viewership, and this is a different way of complaining. It seems is people complain when their views go down. My views go down. My views go up. It's the way streaming works. It's based off of so many different factors that you cannot even start to understand. With that being said, though, people start complaining about, oh man, my numbers are down and I thought I would, be able to accomplish this, but looks like we can't. And I don't know why I'm posting about this on Twitter or other social media or making a video about it, but, I just, numbers are down and it's tough and this and that. And then all of a sudden, their numbers start going back up. And then they start loving it and they start talking about it and posting about it. And even if their view count numbers don't go up, but their sub count numbers go up, oh, that view count just doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter. It's okay. It's okay that I haven't moved in viewership because I'm making more money. What, I complained about my view count 2 days ago? Well, I just got like 500 subs in the last two streams, so I don't know who complained about my viewer count and my average, but I don't know who that. You know what I mean? So it's been bugging me, and I got to talk about it on my podcast because my podcast is the only place that I feel safe that I can just say whatever the heck I want. And if you listen and you don't agree, that's fine. If you listen, you agree, perfect. With that being said, people complain, oh, my view count's down, and I thought I would be here by now, and this is so hard, and maybe it's not meant for me, and I'm doing everything I can. I'm being creative, and everyone else just seems to get all these opportunities. Yeah, sometimes I feel the same thing. You see a lot of people that are just out of nowhere. They get new people come in and they're just dropping love and they're bringing new people and raids and raids and raids and your viewer count goes up and all these things and opportunities start coming through. Sometimes that doesn't happen to you. But when it does happen to you, be grateful for it and stay blessed, right? But with that being said, when you start complaining about your view count or your sub count, and then a few days later or the next week, it's back to where you want it to be, or your view count hasn't even changed, but you got heavy gifters coming in or something like that, and all of a sudden you have a shit ton of subs coming in, which means more money. All of a sudden, streaming is amazing. All of a sudden, life is good. All of a sudden, my view count don't matter because I got all this money coming in. I don't know why they do it. I feel like my mental health would be so bad, the ups and downs. For a long time, I was really concentrated on, this was like a couple years back anyways, like 3 years ago, just concentrated so much about like, the graphic and the up and is my view count going up and is everything going up and all these things and these achievements. And before you hit partner, you're like, I want to hit partner. I want to do this, whatever platform you're on. I just want to hit these achievements. It's all number based. And if people tell you they don't care about the numbers and don't look at it and don't tell you that their mental health is affected by the numbers, they're lying, because it's normal. It's normal to have this view count go up and feel happy. It's normal to have the view count go way back down and feel kind of like, oh no, I'm not sure what's happening. But to complain about it and then all of a sudden make it seem like streaming is just, you're upset with it and you're not happy doing it and you're burning out and you're draining yourself and you have no energy for it because the numbers are not there. Then a week later to be like, oh my God, look at all these achievements we've hit. I just don't know how people don't see through that. And it's very hard for me to sit in a stream of someone that I've seen publicly complain and then reap the rewards of their complaints and sit there and give subs or donate or give my time. But other people will do it. Other people see other people complaining. They're sad. I don't want anybody to be sad and no one should feel down and out. And here's, 50 gifted because, you deserve it. It's just like, that's false hope in my opinion, but it is what it is. That's why we don't try and bother too much about what other people are doing in life. And that's just outside of the streaming industry as well. Sometimes when you, they say comparison is a thief of joy, but I'm not even talking about comparison. I'm just talking about like, it bothers you and it bugs you. You know what? Focus on your own path, your own route, and do what you want to do. But it's just weird. It's just weird. So if you've ever seen that or witnessed it, I would like to invite you to comment on the YouTube video of this podcast. If you don't know, all the podcast episodes are uploaded on YouTube the same day. Every Wednesday afternoon, they go up on YouTube. Every Wednesday, 9 a.m. Eastern, they get put on Spotify and Apple Podcast. So if you've ever seen someone complain about their sub count a few days and then all of a sudden, I'm struggling. And then 2 days later, they're not struggling anymore because, someone saw their post and they're gifting subs and they're all happy again. Or complain about their view count. And even if that doesn't change, if all the subs come in, all of a sudden streaming is amazing. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird way of going about it. It's a weird way of living. And I've been doing this for 5 years nearly. This month is 5 years. June 24th, I'll be celebrating 5 years of going live. And never in 5 years did I ever think of using a complaint about numbers and to boost my numbers. But it seems to work for some, and I can understand why other people would see that. Other people would see that, read it, notice it, and use that as a tactic. I'm using quotation marks as a tactic to, bring the numbers back to where they want them to be. I don't know. At the end of the day, if you can't keep the consistency in terms of entertainment value, connection with your viewers, connection with your community, that's where you're going to fail. Food for thought. Anyways, just had to get that one out there. It's sunny. It's beautiful. Maybe I go outside for like 5 minutes today. We'll see. As always, thank you so much for listening and watching on YouTube. We'll catch you next time. Cheers.